Welcome, friends, to our Friday's practice titled Yoga for Stress Reduction. So for this month, we're using the lens of the traditional Chinese medicine metal element. And so that metal element is related to your lungs, right? So the lung as an organ, but it also refers to a pathway in the body, the lung meridian. And that lung meridian runs from the outside of your chest down your upper arm and to your thumb. So for all of this month, you will see breathing practices integrated, arm movements, and then chest area integrated in. But the next layer I want to introduce is the quality of metal. So metal likes structure, metal likes order. And when metal is in balance, we have a smooth, clear path forward. But when metal is out of balance, that structured quality of metal will start to turn into maybe rigidity. And rigidity can show up in the body, rigidity can show up in the mind, and certainly rigidity can show up in the breath. So let's use this practice to bring our metal element back into balance. Okay, friends, welcome to class. I'll meet you on the mat. Okay, so let's start in a fish pose, which is a chest opener. So if you have that 1.5-inch block, that will go behind, right at above the bra line, and your shoulders will go in between the space, and then have a pillow or a blanket for your head. And if you like a chest opener, you can reverse those props, right? I like a low chest opener to begin with. Okay, give yourself time to find that Goldilocks just right. And I have nicknamed this class Metal Likes. All right, so let's give the little space for the chest and the lungs. Maybe reach the arms out by your sides. And as you feel your body softening into the back bend, if you want to lengthen your legs out for more of a back bend, you can do that. Okay, then once you have set your body, just tune into your breath awareness. All right, just simply notice yourself breathe in through the nose. Out through the nose. Maybe you notice the gentle rise and fall of the chest. Right, notice any areas of tension and tightness. And then let's start to introduce a breathing pattern with, let's call it a humming exhale. So place both hands on your chest area or your belly, whatever feels better to you. And as you inhale, turn your head over to the right and then drop your right hand down to the mat on the right as you breathe in. And then when you're ready to breathe out, begin humming and return back to that original position. Okay, let's do the other side. Inhale, roll the head to the left, breathe in, left hand comes to the side. Hum it back to center. Okay, one more each side. Right? You might start to notice exhale is lengthening, right? So we're improving that breathing capacity. And then when you finish the last round of that breathing moving, we're going to come out of the props by rolling to the side. So roll to the side and slide the props out from underneath. And then start to move the body into that constructive rest. Okay, pause here for a moment and just simply perceive the sensation at the back of the ribs, the back of the body. Check in with your breathing. Okay, now let's begin. Start to draw that right knee in towards your chest, and then simply rock and roll your body a little bit. Right, so rock and roll your body a little bit, just massaging through the back body. Right, no particular pathway here. Just notice how you're breathing. And then the next time you rock into neutral, send your foot towards the ceiling and then support your leg with your arms. Right? So take a comfortable hamstring stretch here. And we're going to be here for about a minute. Right? Notice yourself breathe in through your nose, maybe feeling your belly rise. And out through your nose. Right? Feeling the belly descend. Just continue to breathe as you're lengthening out your hamstrings. Right, just notice if the mind has wandered off, and that's okay. Just call yourself back to releasing out of this posture, and then gathering the left knee up and in. So moving in a relaxed way, right? So think about releasing a little bit of rigidity, right, in our joints and our low back. Just smooth, easy movement. Right? Just perceiving the sensation, present moment. And then ease your body back into the center. And the same thing, left leg goes up towards the ceiling. Maybe support the hand somewhere behind the leg that is comfortable for you. And then we're going to be here for about a minute. Right? So Metal likes to know what the game plan is. So simply breathe, stretch out your hamstrings, and be here. All right, sense your breath filling and emptying. And then notice if where your attention is drifted to, call yourself back to breathing. One more cycle, feel the expanse. And then the light belly contraction as you breathe out. And then let's release out of this hamstring stretch. The lung meridian is cares for the whole of your energy body. So we're going to invite the whole of the body into this next breathing movement. Place your palms together. Reach both palms up to the ceiling. And then draw that right knee upward. Okay, just pause here for a moment. We're just moving through the structure so you can decide what's going to work for you. Right, so as your arms are reaching up, your knee is bending. If it's comfortable for you, you can lengthen out your leg. Right, so knee is extending, leg is long, if that's comfortable for you. And then we're going to add a breathing pattern to it. Okay, just take a soft inhale here. Exhale, reach a little bit more. And then inhale, release your arms down, bend the knee, and bring it back down to where it came from. Okay, let's repeat that 4 more times that side. Exhale, reach up, choose your leg, what feels best. And slow inhale as you lower it down. Right, maybe you count the rounds. All right, so give it a little order. Maybe you focus on emptying out your exhale. Okay, here's the last one. Here's 4. And then let's open up that right hip. Slide that right foot to the bottom of the mat. Place the right hand behind your head and maybe just place the left hand on the left thigh. Okay, so now we're going to do a psoas release. It's a somatic movement and the connection between the psoas and the diaphragm to help improve our breathing. Okay, nice and easy. Inhale. As you exhale, drag that right heel in just a couple of inches and then lift the foot and lift the head straight up towards the ceiling. So it's a head lift position. Okay, so lots of options here. Option to keep that right knee bent or extend through the knee with the long legs. You can choose what works best in your low back. Okay, and then once you set the structure of the body, pay attention to how you're breathing. Just notice the light ebb and flow of the breath. Easy in, easy out. One more. Okay, release all that core support down to the earth. Relax your arms down by your sides and simply take a breath awareness here. Feel your breath come into your body. Let's set up for the other side. Draw that right heel in. Okay, palms together, reach your arms up, pull your shoulders up off of the mat. And as you do that, you're going to start to feel a slight contraction of the chest muscles. And then lift that left knee. Okay, notice if you can feel the core connection here. Maybe you like the leg lengthened and arms reaching a little bit more. Okay, now let's drop right into breathing. Inhale, lower the foot, lower your hands down slowly. Exhale, reach your fingertips, lift the left knee, maybe extend through the knee. Find your rhythm, 4 more. Concentrate. And then once you've completed 4, let's get into that psoas support. Slide that left heel out. Left hand behind the head. Right, maybe you rest your right hand on your right leg. Take a breath into your body. Exhale, drag your heel in, right? So to access that core, lift the heel up, lift your upper body, eyes towards the ceiling, chest lifts straight up. And then begin to adjust your structure, right? Maybe you're here, maybe the leg lengthens out. And then once you feel set, drop into noticing yourself breathe, right? So the core is engaged strongly here to support the lift of the upper body and the leg. So just notice how the breath eases in and out. Slowly release the foot to the floor, release your hands, send your heels directly down to the bottom of the mat. Feel both hips open up, and then interlace your hands behind your head. Okay, so we're going to do it's called empty lake. So the concentration is at the core muscles. So option to keep your legs lengthened or to bend your knees, right? Whatever is suiting your lower back today, right now. Take a breath into your body. And as you exhale, start to draw your navel inward, elbows towards each other, and then elbows towards your feet. Empty out the breath. Okay, 2 more. Lower it down slowly. Open the chest with the elbows wide. 2 more. All right, notice what's happening with the breath. And then once you've finished, roll directly onto your belly. And as you come down to the belly, reach the arms by your sides down towards your feet. Okay, so we're going to use the arm support to help with our little back bending leg lift series. Okay, so we're only going to do 5 each side, right? So maybe you alternate, or maybe you just complete 5 on one side and the other. Just choose the structure that you like. When you're ready, inhale, lift your head, press through your palms, lift your leg up, and exhale, lower down. Okay, continue. Other side or same side. Second round. Notice your breath. Maybe you start to focus on reaching through the bottom of your foot just a little bit more. Energize your legs, energize your arms. And so it's quite a bit of work. Okay, coming around the last round. And then release the tension in the back by coming into child's pose. And so caring for our back to have, to help with posture, which improves our breathing. Right, so we want to have that strong back muscles, but at the same time, we don't want to create extra tension there. So give yourself a moment to breathe in child's pose. Maybe notice, are you breathing through your nose and out through your nose? And if you find yourself in that mouth breathing habit, you might encourage yourself to put your tongue at the top of the roof of your mouth. That might help with drawing the air through the nose instead of the mouth. Okay, let's release out of this shape and then come to all fours. We're going to incorporate an arm pattern with a little bit of movement. So let's start by reaching the right arm slightly out to the side. Right, so maybe it's in that V shape, maybe you like that T shape. You're going to find what works for you. Take an inhale here. And then as you exhale, place your palm down and slide back into child's pose. Okay, let's do that a couple of times. Inhale, reach your arm, come forward. Exhale, shift the body back. And just feel yourself breathe and move.
Okay, the next time you shift into that all-four shape with that arm reach at the right, start to engage your core muscles and lift your left knee off the mat just a little bit. Okay, so I'm challenging the core here. We're going to move into a variation of spinal balance. Right, so if this is enough for you, maybe you just stay here, or maybe begin pressing the bottom of your left foot toward the wall behind you. Okay, so feel your leg muscles engage. Steady your body as you're opening your chest, engaging your core, strengthening and lengthening your hamstrings. Just take one more breath there. Nice and easy. Release your hand and your foot down to the floor, and then option to release the back in child's pose or in downward facing dog. And then whatever you've decided, place the tongue at the roof of your mouth. Breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. Maybe you add just a little pause at the end of the exhale. Two more. Metal-like structure, metal likes a routine. Let's come back to all fours. Reach that left arm comfortably out to your side. Breathe in. Exhale, shift back into child's pose. Breathe out. Okay, feel yourself breathe and move a couple of rounds. Right, and every time you reach that arm out to the side, you're challenging your core a little bit. Right, so we want that core to be strong to help support our breathing. Okay, and as you come into that reach position, pause there. So you know where we're going. Start to gather your abdominals up and in and lift that right knee off the mat a couple of inches. Right, just notice how the body is acclimating to the balance here. And then start to press that right foot behind you. Right, moving into a shape that's comfortable. Engage your leg muscles. Engage your arm muscles. And then feel yourself breathe. One more. Perceive yourself breathe. Sense it. Feel it. Last time, release the hand, release the foot, shift back child's pose or downward facing dog. All right, so tune in, what's here now, and then choose something where the lower back can decompress. Slide the tongue to the roof of the mouth. Breathe in and out through your nose. Two more rounds. And then once completed, release out of the posture and let's make our way to standing.
All right, and then once you get to standing, maybe do a little bit of shoulder rolling, just releasing the rigidity at the upper chest, upper back, and shoulders. And then ease into steady mountain. Okay, so metal likes order, metal likes structure, so let's begin the structure. First place, put a little bend in your knees. So come into chair. Right, so it's an easy chair, balanced chair. All right, weight in the center. And then from here, begin lifting your heels just a little bit. All right, so find a manageable place to be where you're exploring your balance. And then the next part of the structure is reach both arms forward and palms together. Press your palms together lightly to engage your core. Right, so upper body is active, core is active, and leg is active. Just remembering that the lung meridian takes care of the whole body energy. Okay, now let's release out and come back to steady mountain. And now from here, let's add that breathing layer to it. First place, inhale, put a little bend in the knees. Exhale, lift the heels. Inhale, reach the palms. Exhale, press the palms. Inhale, come back to steady mountain. Okay, let's find the order. Let's bend. Lift. Reach. Press. Return to steady mountain. Okay, let's come through that 2 or 3 more times. Bend. Heel lift. Reach. Press your palms. Return to steady. Okay, now in your own words, guide yourself through the series. One more. And then once you've completed, let's do um, a side bend. Let's start by bending the right knee a little bit and then reaching the left arm over the body. So it's a little arc. You have one knee bent and one arm, the opposite arm reaching. And then let's shift right over to the other side. So bend the left knee and then reach the right arm. Okay, find the rhythm of your breath as you move from side to side. This is a variation of Donna Eden's cross crawl. All right, so you're reaching in 2 different directions, side bending. Now, if you want to add a balance challenge to it, as you bend the knee, lift the foot just a little bit. All right, so the foot lift doesn't have to be very high. And then slow your exhale down. Release the movement, and let's step the feet a little bit wide so we're in a wide-legged shape here. Let's let this be the middle segment. So sweep your arms up and around. Don't have to go very high. And then as you exhale, hum through the center as you bend in. Do two more. Not using the exhale to improve our breathing. And now turn your attention to your feet and send both feet over to the right. So moving into that warrior one shape. So give yourself a moment to find your balance. And then whatever leg you have in the back, that arm is going to reach under the other arm. All right, so you have your left leg in the back, left leg reaches under. And then crossing at the elbows, press your elbows downward. Okay, you're going to notice the upper portion of your back. Maybe you can slide your hands into palm to eagle arms. Right, but the most important thing about this structure is simply the dynamic tension of the elbows pressing down. Okay, notice where you feel it. And then feel the ebb and flow of your breath in through your nose, out through your nose. Two more. Release the arms, turn back into that middle position. And then let's circle the arms with that humming exhale. Breathe in. Two more. Release that breath. Turn your both toes over to the left. And find that steady warrior one leg. Right leg's in the back, right arm underneath. So cross at the elbows first, and then draw your elbows downward. Okay, maybe you slide into those eagle arms. So arms are pressing down and chest is lifting up. With those dynamic forces of opposites. And then tune into how you're breathing, right? There's a little compression on the chest area. So allow yourself to breathe softly here, 3 rounds. In and out through the nose. Release the dynamic tension of the arms. Take the body back into that middle position. Bend into both knees, hands on the legs, and then shift your weight over to your left leg. And as you shift the weight over to the left leg, start stretching the leg on the right. So maybe you stay upright here if blood pressure is a little low. Maybe you run that right hand down your leg. Right? Maybe you can go all the way to your toe. Maybe you lift your toe. So we want to give a little bit of autonomy to metal. So not being so rigid on how the posture is executed. Just find something that feels good. Just allow the body to open. And perceive yourself breathing. Right? Notice where you feel the breath. Can you sense the breath moving into your lower lungs? Okay, shift into the center. Place both hands on the top of your legs. Take a breath in, drop your tailbone. And then as you exhale, curl your chin to your chest and your tailbone forward. Full breath out, empty out. So consider this a cat and cow movement. 2 more. Breathe in, extend your spine. Breathe out fully, contract your abdomen. And the next time you inhale, drop into that neutral spine and then shift your weight over to the right leg. Okay, now begin opening through the left leg, maybe running that left arm down the leg. So in yoga, we use the postures to become aware. All right, so we call it self-study or self-reflection. And what do you notice about this side? Is the tension and tightness pattern the same or different? Or maybe you have a sense of ease on this side. Just simply notice. Okay, now release off of the side into the center, and then maybe drop your elbows down onto your knees. So you're in an elbow squat. And if that back stretch feels good, maybe you do that. Maybe you drop your head down and take more of a hamstring stretch. Right, just find what feels good on your back. Just remembering to care for the whole of the energy. Right, that's the most important part. And then feel yourself breathing in and breathing out. Use the breath awareness as your anchor. And then let's release this fold and then move down towards the mat on a seat. Grab a hold of a strap. And then once you come down onto a seat, let's start with a little bit of bent legs. So we giving the hamstrings a moment. All right, so bend knees and then place the strap in between your arms. And we're going to use the strap to accent our arms as you reach up, breathe in, maybe pull on the strap a little bit. You're going to feel your core engage here. And then as you breathe out, draw your arms down and tilt your pelvis, your tailbone forward a little bit. So you're in a little bit of a tuck here, a C curve. And then let's move between those two positions. Inhale, reach your arms up, lengthen through your spine. Right, so arms will go wherever there's comfortable, wherever the chest is open. And then exhale, move into that little C shape, arms come forward. Pull on the strap. Ease yourself between those two positions. Use your breath. Creating a little bit of upper body strength with the strap. Okay, here's the change. As you inhale and reach up, pick your toes up towards you. So heels stay down. Draw your toes towards you and then reach the strap to the bottom of the feet. Okay, so start to think about your whole body here first. How's your lower back? Right, so if it doesn't feel good to hip hinge that deep, you come off it a little bit with torso upward. So first, notice your lower back. And then from there, begin pressing your feet forward into Dandasana, a hamstring stretch. Right, so lengthening out through your legs comfortably, long spine. So whether you're lifted upward or hinged forward, concentrate on lengthening out through your hamstrings. Use your hands or your arms to pull on the strap a little bit, and then push your feet into the strap a little bit. And then once you've found the structure of this shape, drop into 3 rounds of breathing. Breathe in. Breathe out. Two more. Release the strap, lift your body, come directly down onto the mat. And then give yourself a moment and feel yourself breathe. Where do you perceive your breath? Draw the right knee into your chest. So we're going to create a little bit of space by taking that right knee over the midline into a twist. And then feel yourself breathe into this twist shape. As you inhale, can you notice your ribs on the top expanding? And then lightly engage your abdominals to empty out fully. Feel yourself breathe. Release out of the twist. Draw your left knee in towards your chest. And then ease your way into the twist other side. And so remembering not to force or be rigid on what you think the shape should look like. Just become present to what's here now. And then soften. Notice the breath at the left side rib cage. Just expanding your lungs as you breathe in. And using the contraction of your abdominals to empty out. Sense yourself breathe. And then release out of this twisting shape. Come back into that constructive rest pose. Draw your heels close in towards your pelvis. And then draw your arms by your sides, elbows bent and fingertips up. All right, so before we begin moving into the bridge pose, press through your elbows and your triceps and sense your chest opening as you're pressing your shoulders backward, your elbows downward. And then begin pressing lightly through your feet and lifting up into your bridge pose. So knees are tracking forward, feet even. Right, so I have a tendency to roll to the outer edges of my feet. Right, so maybe you notice your feet and press your feet into a more neutral place. And then once the structure is set, sense yourself breathe 3 rounds. Release out of the posture once completed. And maybe sway your knees slightly from side to side, just releasing all the tension at the low back. Okay, here's that last posture of class, Shavasana. Right, lengthening out. Right, take any propping so that the body is a little more comfortable, so that the whole of your being can relax. And set the structure up where the tongue is lightly resting at the roof of your mouth. Soften your face. Notice how the breath is becoming light. Sense the temperature of your skin. And give the body permission to release into the earth just a little bit more. Let the body grow heavy. Allow your attention to be open, just sensing your breath coming and going. Right? Thoughts and sensations coming and going. Rest. Take a deeper breath into your body. And then if you're ready to come to a tall seat, maybe close class with 3 chants of Om, or simply continue resting here. This beautiful practice of yoga where we can improve our breathing, improve how we feel simply by breathing better and moving well. Okay, friends, formulate an intention to take with you. Prepare. Om. 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 The light in me sees the light in you. Namaste.